Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the butcher shop. It's been a while since I made a video. I was getting a little burnout on it. Decided to take some time off of it. But I did end up getting a transmission 4L60. I took some of the fluid out of it and man, it was burnt. So probably gonna have to eventually put some clutch packs or something in this, rebuild it. But I'd like to get that installed, and in order to install that, I think that this transmission tunnel is going to have to be cut out. So, but before I do that, I started up the motor just to, I don't know, hear it again and see if it was good, but it wasn't good. I started hearing a noise on the left side of the motor. I didn't know what it was, so I took the valve cover off, and there it was, a bent push rod. Now I have guide plates in these, and I think the guide plate was a little too tight, and it just annihilated it. So I got some new push rods. I'm gonna try and put that in first, and then I'll hop on that transmission. But yeah, we'll start there, and then hopefully we can get to the transmission today. I'd like to at least get the transmission just put in there to see what all I need to do to get it, and then once it's in there I can measure for the drive shaft. And when I went to close this hood, the hood will not close now. Got probably a 3, maybe a 2-inch gap. So I'm gonna have to go out and get a cow induction hood. Not that I really have to, but I want to. I think it would be kind of cool. But right now, let's get on the push rods. Okay, so as you can see, they're pretty much all really tight. I can't even get this one. See where they're wearing. And it's these guide plates right here are tight. And I mean, pretty much all of them. See, it just wears down so thin that it just bent that one over there. I'd show you, but I left it at work. So I'm gonna have to replace all these. Now I've been wanting to, I've got 1.5 roller tip rockers in here. What I think I'm gonna do, I've been wanting to get 1.6 full roller rockers. That might be what I end up doing. So, I mean, it's a couple $100 to do that, but it gives you more power on the top end. So when you reach, you know, 5-6 thousandths or 5 to 6 grand on your tack. Just gives you a bigger bang, more power essentially. So I'll probably end up doing that, which means I'll probably have to hold off on this until I can get the roller rockers and the new, I'm gonna have to measure for new push rods, because man, it just, I mean, as you can see, it annihilated all of them. And I'll just take a carbide bit, take these out, take a carbide bit and go in there and clean these up a little bit more. Okay, so I'll finish getting all these out on the other side, and then we'll probably just jump right into the transmission. That way I can get the drive shaft started, get it measured and ordered. So let me take these out and I'll be back. Another thing I might end up doing is ordering a girdle for it instead of these guide plates. If I order a girdle for it, what a girdle does, if you don't know, you probably already do, but for those that don't, I just found this out. The girdle will go, you can take these plates out, these guide plates out, and it'll lock all of these where they needs to be. So that might be another option also. I mean, I have I'm not trying to hurry up anymore. I'm just trying to do it the right way, so stuff like this doesn't happen. But another thing I have to watch out for is when I go to 1.6 roller rockers, these valve covers are they're hitting one. If I go too big on the roller rocker, I may have to go bigger on the valve cover. If I go bigger on the valve cover, if you remember, he was having issues on hitting this power, this brake booster. And as you see, there's only like a ½ inch to an inch right there. So if I go bigger on the valve covers, I'm not sure if I'm going to hit that or not. Just all stuff I'm going to have to take into consideration when I order the rockers. So what I mean is, I'm going to have to put this off, and I'll get started on the transmission. Butcher's garage. I should have called it the Knuckle Buster's garage. Let me get these back on there and then I'll start on the transmission. I ordered from Jags this flex plate for that transmission. That transmission is a 4L60E. I'll probably have to beef it up a little bit when I go to rebuild it. Yeah. But I'll have to take the flywheel I have on there off, put this flex plate on there. So, one bad thing about living out in the country, there's spiders everywhere. There's not a shortage of spiders out here, that's for sure. This is the new cross member for the 4L60E. All its hardware. This is the crusty 4L60E that I got. So, get this out. Prop you up here. Woo! This thing's dirty. Okay, we're in the passenger side pins. Just gotta lift it up to get the driver's side in. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I may not have to cut the transmission tunnel. Man, that would be nice if I didn't have to do that. Let me get a couple bolts started in here. Yeah, that would be very nice if I did not have to take the transmission tunnel out of here. Of course, it might be a little easier if I did, because I have no room. Let me get these bolts started in here and I'll be back. Okay, I got 4 bolts holding that in. Let's see how we can get this cross member up in here. Oh, I'm gonna have to take the exhaust off. Crap. I bet you I might have to take the exhaust off. One of them at least. Stank on it. Probably metric. Yep. Dang it. Okay, so it is in there, and I mean, it looks like I've got clearance. I don't see any places rubbing or anything, so maybe I don't have to cut this transmission wall out. I am gonna have to figure out these bolts. They're still not lining up correctly. I still can't get the bolts in there. We're like a half a hole off. I don't know if I should just pull it, bolt it, or like if it needs to be a different mounting bracket. I mean, I can feel half the holes. Let me see. Let me do some more reading on this. It came with an installation guide. Let me look at that real quick. Okay, so transmission is in. I can get my fingers up between the bottom of the floor and the top of the transmission, so I think we're good there. So I don't have to cut that floor out. This transmission cross member, I'm gonna have to order an adjustable, or make this one an adjustable, to where I can move these two bolt brackets, you know, back and forth. But other than that, that's good to go. So I have here the old drive shaft. Now I don't think this drive shaft is going to work, but I didn't think that transmission was going to fit in there either. Let me get you set up here. I think this transmission's a little bit longer than the Power Glide. Yeah, see, it's way longer, but I could measure for it and have it cut. I think it would go in there more than that. There it goes. Yeah, and see, that's only about a couple inches off. I don't know if you can see that back there or not. That's pretty much where it goes. So I have to have this drive shaft shortened a couple inches. Not a big deal though. Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this off and get it tacked where I think it should go, and I'll drop that off at the drive shaft people. get this back in the car, and then I will measure it, cut it, tack weld it on there. Now I have a lathe, but I just don't trust myself on getting it straight enough. I think it has to be within like 5 to 10 thousandths of an inch off. Sorry, it can only be 5 to 10 thousandths of an inch off. So I think I'm gonna just take it to the guys who do it every day for a living. Okay. And then this has to go in here. Like that. Let me grab a marker. Wait, I gotta take measure. Take, I need another hand. Don't you fall on me. Okay. So I need to take off, I think, 1 7/8. No, that's not right either. Let me start by taking off, as I need enough space for this to move out. So that's probably another 1/2 inch. So I'll take off 2.5 inches, and hopefully that'll work. Looks like there's some cardboard in there from the factory. I put some kind of cardboard inside of there. So I'm gonna have to cut a little bit of that out so I can put this in there. But like I was saying, I do have a lathe, and I probably, I don't know if I could or not, but I'm gonna take this to the professionals and let them do it the right way. they can make it. And if there's any problems, kind of sucks. If I had the motor up and running, I could at least drive this around the yard today. Oh yeah, that'll work out pretty good. And then that gives me, it starts about an 1/8 inch in from this boot. So I would say it's in there a good 2 or 3 inches. So that should be pretty good. Now I'll tack weld this on there and then take it over to the pro guys can do this. I think there's a place by Buckeye Lake that does it if you're in Ohio. So yeah, got the transmission in today, cross members in, drive shafts measured. Not a bad day. Get this out. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I got the drive shaft in, transmissions in, cross members in, everything's bolted in. Drive shaft is measured. I'll tack weld that on. Order these pieces for the motor. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I may just put the ones that I bought for it in just to get it. I don't know yet. But as far as the drivetrain, and then I got to order this hood, this cow induction hood for it. And that'll be pretty much it for the day. I got a bunch of stuff to do around the house. So you guys have a good one. And I'll get everything made up and do another video.